Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract money effortlessly, while others struggle for years, working harder and harder, yet never seem to get ahead? Why is it that opportunities keep knocking on certain doors, while for others, doors seem permanently shut? You see, the difference is not always education. It's not always family background. It's not even luck. The difference is alignment. Money is energy, and energy flows where there is belief, gratitude, and preparation. Today, I want to share with you something so simple, yet so powerful, that it can transform the way you think about wealth forever. It doesn't involve chasing money, manipulating people, or running yourself into the ground. No, what I'm about to give you is far simpler than that. Imagine this. If I told you that repeating just 3 words with the right understanding could reprogram your mind, shift your energy, and literally open the floodgates for wealth to find you, would you believe me? Stay with me, because by the end of this message, you'll not only know what those 3 words are, but you'll understand why they work, how they work, and how you can begin using them right now to change your financial destiny. This is not theory. This is not empty motivation. This is a law of life, one that has been proven by science, demonstrated in history, and confirmed by countless real life stories. So open your heart, open your mind, and lean in. Because what I'm about to share may be the turning point you've been waiting for. There is a truth many people underestimate. Words are not harmless sounds. They are powerful forces. Words carry energy. They build, they shape, they direct, and they create. If you want to understand why repeating just 3 words can transform your financial life, you first need to grasp the creative power of speech. Since the beginning of time, creation itself has been tied to words. Think about it. Every invention, every business, every fortune began with someone speaking it into existence. The device you're holding right now existed first as words in someone's mind and then spoken out loud. What if we could build this? Words turn invisible ideas into visible realities. Even science affirms this truth. Dr. Masaru Emoto's famous water experiment revealed how words and thoughts can change the molecular structure of water. When positive words like love or thank you were spoken over water, it crystallized into beautiful patterns. Negative words produced distorted and broken shapes. Your body is 70% water. If words can shift the structure of water, imagine what your repeated words do to the structure of your mind, your emotions, and even your financial state. Here's the danger. Most people don't control their words. They casually say things like, "I'm broke," "I can't afford this," "Money never comes easy." They think they're joking or being realistic, but those words are planting seeds of scarcity. And just as surely as a farmer who plants thorns cannot expect roses, you cannot plant poverty, words, and expect prosperity, harvests. Now here's the beauty. You can choose different words. When you declare, "Money flows effortlessly," you are planting seeds of abundance. You're telling your subconscious mind, your energy field, and the very fabric of reality that you are aligned with wealth. Let me illustrate with a story. A young woman I once coached worked long hours, but always said, "I'll never get ahead. Money slips through my fingers." That became her reality. Her expenses always rose to match her income. When I asked her to change her words, she resisted. How can I say something that isn't true? But she decided to try. She began affirming daily, "Money flows effortlessly to me. Opportunities find me. Wealth sticks with me." At first, nothing seemed to change, but after weeks, she noticed unexpected gifts, side income, and a pay raise. Why? Because she shifted her words, and her reality followed. So here is the first law. Your life will always move in the direction of your most consistent words. If you want wealth, speak wealth. If you want freedom, speak freedom. If you want abundance, speak abundance. 3 words spoken with faith, money flows effortlessly, are enough to rewrite the program of your destiny. Your conscious mind is like the captain of a ship, but your subconscious is the engine room. The captain gives commands, but the crew makes the ship move. And here's the truth. Your subconscious doesn't argue, it obeys. Whatever you repeat, good or bad, it takes as truth. This is why repetition is so important. Repetition is the language of the subconscious mind. You didn't learn your name, your language, or even how to walk from one attempt. You learn them through constant repetition. The same is true for wealth consciousness. If you repeat words of abundance, your subconscious will accept them and guide your life to match them. Here's the problem. Most people unknowingly repeat words of lack. Phrases like, I can't afford that, I'm always struggling, or there's never enough money, are repeated so often that the subconscious locks them in as beliefs, and beliefs, once formed, become self-fulfilling. If you believe you'll always struggle, your subconscious will make sure you live in struggle. But here's the secret. You can replace old programming with new programming through repetition. Athletes know this. Before every competition, they repeat affirmations like, I am strong, I am focused, I am a champion. Why? Because repetition trains the subconscious to deliver what the conscious desires. Let me give you a real life example. A man named Richard had been in debt for over a decade. He tried budgeting, he tried extra jobs, but his situation didn't shift. When I asked him what he said daily about money, his answer was shocking. I always say I'm drowning in debt. His words became his prison. So I gave him a simple challenge. For the next 90 days, replace those words with money flows effortlessly. Debt is disappearing. Wealth is my reality. At first, it felt fake to him, but after weeks, something incredible happened. His subconscious stopped resisting opportunities. He noticed jobs, partnerships, and even a forgotten investment that matured into cash. Within a year, he was debt-free. Did his financial circumstances magically change overnight? No. His words changed his subconscious, and his subconscious guided his actions and decisions to align with abundance. Psychologists say it takes about 21 to 66 days for new habits to reprogram the subconscious. That's why you cannot say your affirmations once or twice and expect miracles. Just as a song gets stuck in your head after you hear it repeatedly, your subconscious locks onto whatever you feed it daily. If you want money to flow, you must train your subconscious with repetition. Morning and night are the most powerful times because the subconscious is most open then. Imagine waking up and declaring, money flows effortlessly to me, and going to bed sealing the day with the same words. Over time, your subconscious will accept it as fact, and then reality will bend to match your belief. Here's the bottom line. Repetition is the bridge between desire and manifestation. You don't rise to the level of your wishes, you rise to the level of your subconscious programming. And programming comes through repetition. The universe operates on energy. Every object, every thought, every word, every emotion vibrates at a frequency. Money itself is energy. It flows, it circulates, it responds. That's why it's called currency. It is designed to move like a current. If you truly want money to flow effortlessly into your life, you must align your energy with the frequency of abundance. The law of attraction says, like attracts like. That means whatever energy you send out is the energy that comes back to you. If you radiate fear, worry, and scarcity, you are broadcasting a signal of lack, and lack will always return. But when you shift your words and energy to abundance, you broadcast prosperity. And prosperity begins to seek you out. Here's how it works in daily life. Imagine 2 people applying for the same opportunity. One says, "I'll never get this job. They probably have better candidates. I'm always unlucky." The other says, "This opportunity is mine. Money flows to me. I attract favor." They both show up to the interview, but their energy is different. The first radiates insecurity, while the second radiates confidence and abundance. Guess who usually gets the job? Energy speaks louder than words. Let me give you a real story. A young entrepreneur named Maria was struggling to attract clients. She kept saying, "No one wants my services. The market is tough. People don't have money." And not surprisingly, her phone stayed silent. I encouraged her to shift her energy through words. Every morning, she began saying, "Clients are looking for me right now. Money flows effortlessly through my business. People love to pay me." At first, she felt silly, but within weeks, she received referrals from unexpected places. Clients began approaching her instead of her chasing them. What changed? Her energy. Quantum physics explains this phenomenon. Energy waves collapse into reality when observed with expectation. In other words, your expectation creates the experience. When you repeat "money flows effortlessly" with energy and belief, you set a vibration that attracts financial opportunities, unexpected income, and aligned circumstances. But let's be clear, you cannot fake energy. You can say the words, but if you feel fear, the vibration of fear will overpower the words of wealth. That's why you must embody the words emotionally. Feel what it's like to have money flowing into your life. Feel the relief, the freedom, the excitement. When your emotions and words match, your energy becomes magnetic. One man told me he used to dread bills. He would open the mailbox with fear, expecting more debt. But he decided to change his energy. He began saying with joy, "Money flows effortlessly to cover every bill. Wealth is chasing me down." Instead of dread, he practiced gratitude each time a bill arrived, thanking the universe for already providing the means. Within months, he noticed unexpected refunds, bonuses, and even gifts that matched his needs. His energy of gratitude attracted provision. Here's the takeaway. Energy is a magnet. If you radiate abundance, you attract abundance. If you radiate lack, you attract lack. Repeating the words "money flows effortlessly" is not just about sound, it's about shifting your energy. When you do, wealth will begin to recognize your frequency and find its way to you. Now, let's uncover the deeper truth. Words without belief are powerless. You can say "money flows effortlessly" 1,000 times, but if deep down you don't believe it, you're just making noise. The real force behind manifestation is not the repetition of words, it's the belief attached to them. Belief is what gives words life. Think of belief as the electricity that powers a light bulb. The bulb may be wired and connected, but without electricity it remains dark. Words are the bulb, belief is the current. Without belief, affirmations remain empty. With belief, they illuminate your financial reality. Many people struggle here. They say affirmations but secretly think, "This is nonsense, nothing is changing." That hidden doubt cancels out their words. The subconscious doesn't respond to empty noise. It responds to conviction. When you truly believe something, your subconscious accepts it as law and begins to reorganize your life to match it. Here's an illustration. Imagine a farmer planting seeds. If he doubts the soil, questions the rain, and believes the harvest won't come, he won't bother tending the field. Even if seeds are planted, his lack of belief kills the harvest. But if he plants with expectation, waters with care, and believes in the process, he reaps a harvest. Belief is the expectation that makes words fertile. A real-life example comes from a man named Daniel. He was tired of affirmations because, in his words, they don't work. When I asked him if he believed them, he laughed and said, "Of course not, I'm broke." There was the problem. His words and belief were in conflict. I challenged him. Instead of saying "I'm rich," which he couldn't believe, start smaller. He began saying, "Money is finding its way to me." That phrase was easier for him to believe. Over time, his faith grew, and he expanded his affirmations. Within months, money truly began flowing in new ways. His belief unlocked the power of his words. Psychologists call this the confirmation bias. Once you believe something, your mind begins noticing evidence to support it. If you believe opportunities are scarce, you'll only notice scarcity. If you believe money is flowing, you'll begin noticing opportunities that were invisible before. Belief acts as the filter of your reality. Let me put it plainly. Your life doesn't rise to the level of your words. It rises to the level of your belief. That's why when you repeat money flows effortlessly, you must choose to believe, even if it feels like a stretch at first. Belief is a decision before it is a feeling. Decide to believe, and the feeling will follow. Think of great inventors. Thomas Edison believed a working light bulb was possible, even after thousands of failed attempts. His belief kept him going until his words became reality. Likewise, your belief in effortless money flow will sustain you until it manifests. The truth is simple. Your words set the direction, but your belief unlocks the power. Speak with conviction. Declare with expectation. Believe in your words, and your words will shape your world. There is a hidden multiplier in the law of attraction. Gratitude. Gratitude is not just a polite thank you. It is a powerful spiritual magnet. It tells the universe, I already have enough, and I'm ready for more. When you attach gratitude to your affirmations, your words gain exponential power. Why is gratitude so important? Because it shifts your focus from lack to abundance. Most people are constantly complaining about money. These bills are killing me. My paycheck disappears too fast. I'll never get out of debt. Complaints are words of lack, and lack always multiplies. But gratitude is the opposite. It multiplies what you honor. Think of a parent giving a gift to a child. If the child responds with gratitude, the parent is moved to give more. But if the child complains, "This isn't enough, why didn't you get me more?" the desire to give decreases. Gratitude opens the door for more, complaint shuts it. One woman I worked with used to hate opening her mailbox because it was always filled with bills. Her words were always the same, "These bills are draining me." And month after month, she struggled. I challenged her to shift her energy with gratitude. Instead of complaining, she began saying, "Thank you for the money already flowing to cover this. Thank you for the opportunities on their way." At first it felt forced, but within weeks she started noticing unusual blessings. A refund from her utility company, a bonus at work, even unexpected gifts from family. Gratitude shifted her vibration, and more provision flowed. Scientific studies support this. Researchers at the University of California found that people who kept a daily gratitude journal experienced not only greater happiness, but also increased income and opportunities. Why? Because gratitude trains your brain to see possibilities instead of problems, and what you see, you attract. Here's a practical step. Whenever you say your 3 words, "Money flows effortlessly," add a layer of gratitude. Say, "Thank you for the money flowing effortlessly to me." Gratitude makes your affirmation present, not future. It shifts your mind from someday to already. A businessman once told me he started every morning writing down 10 things he was grateful for, even when his bank account was empty. He wrote things like, "Thank you for my health. Thank you for food on the table. Thank you for clients coming today." Within months, his business exploded. Why? Gratitude moved his mind from scarcity to abundance. Here's the principle. What you appreciate appreciates. Whatever you honor multiplies. If you honor money by being grateful for what you have, more will come. But if you despise the little you have, you block the flow of more. So remember this, Gratitude is not just a nice gesture, it is a wealth strategy. Attach gratitude to your words, and money will not just flow, it will multiply. Here's a critical truth many people miss. Words alone are not enough. Words direct your life, but action builds momentum. If you affirm wealth but live irresponsibly, your words and actions are in conflict, and conflict blocks the flow of abundance. Think of it this way: if you keep saying, "I am healthy," but eat junk food every day, your actions cancel your words. The same is true with money. If you say money flows effortlessly to me, but overspend, ignore opportunities, or avoid discipline, you are contradicting yourself. Alignment is key. Action is the proof of belief. If you truly believe money flows, you'll prepare to handle it. You'll make room for it. You'll treat your finances with respect. This doesn't mean you must take massive risks. It means you must align your behavior with your words. Here's a story of a man named James. He kept affirming wealth, but his life didn't change. When I asked about his habits, I discovered he never budgeted, never invested, and ignored opportunities. He was speaking abundance, but living scarcity. I challenged him, if money flows to you, how would you handle it? He started tracking his expenses, saving small amounts, and learning about investing. Within months, he received a promotion and started a profitable side business. His actions finally aligned with his words. Here's the secret: the universe rewards preparation. When your words declare abundance and your actions prove readiness, doors swing open. Opportunities often bypass people, not because they lack talent, but because they are unprepared. Think about it. A farmer can declare, "This year will be a great harvest." But if he never plows the soil, plants seeds, or waters the ground, nothing will grow. Faith without works is dead. Words set the direction, but action produces results. Let me be clear, effortless money doesn't mean passive money. It means money comes with ease once alignment is in place. You must take steps in the direction of your affirmation. If you declare money flows effortlessly, look for opportunities that align with that flow. Apply for jobs, network, launch the idea that's been sitting in your heart, learn the skill you've been postponing. These small steps show the universe you're serious. One young woman I know began affirming, "Money flows effortlessly to me." She didn't stop there. She started a small online shop with almost no resources, trusting her words. Within a year, she was earning more from her shop than her 9-to-5 job. Why? Because her actions told the universe, "I'm ready." Remember this principle: action is faith in motion. Words plant the seed, belief waters it, but action is what breaks the soil so the plant can rise. If you align your actions with your words, money will not resist you. It will pursue you.